Is there any benefit of getting battered in sparring? It's me versus me. That's from It's Me Versus Me. There is some benefit. You don't want to do that too often. Look, how often do you want to train at 99% of your capability? I would say less than 1% of the time. Why? You can be in like that. You can be in a situation like that in a fight. It can develop mental toughness. Don't get me wrong. I like starting in bad positions sometimes. Sometimes I'll give somebody my back. Sometimes I give somebody the mount. But I don't like pushing it so far that I'm gonna tear a muscle, blow up my spine, or twist my ankle. Like I don't want to go that far. But 1% of the time, less than 1% of the time, you want to give the competitor, only competitors should do this, a taste of what it's like. So he's not shocked on fight night. But that's far and few between. You're really flirting with disaster. I really don't like it. I just find that you're flirting with disaster. But if there was a benefit, that would be it. The guy can learn what it's like to take a beating. Because once you've taken a few beatings and you survive them, you realize, hey, wait a second, I'm losing round 2, but I'm not going to give up. I've been here before. I've come out on top on the other end. I can do this. And you see some fighters are like that. They do well when everything's going great. The second there's a little bit of adversity, I'm throwing in the towel. I don't want to name names, guys, but I've seen fighters like that. They're really good when everything's a picnic and they can pick apart the guy from a distance. But if the guy breaks the distance, gets a couple of takedowns, all of a sudden, wait a second, I'm not liking this fight. I'm not liking this. It's not the way I saw it in my mind. You know what? I'm probably going to lose this. I'm not used to coming back from behind. I'm always a front runner. I'm always winning in first 2 minutes. There are fighters sometimes, you see them, they win round one. They have 10 fights, 10 wins in round 1. You got to ask yourself, can this guy go deep? Maybe you're going to learn a lot about him if you take him deep. You never know. Maybe he's a good in the later rounds. Maybe he's not. It's a big question mark. However, if guys win in round 1, then he wins round 3, wins round 2, wins round 1, wins a 5-rounder. You see, he has all sorts of depths in his game. Okay, he's not a front runner. He's been through adversity. Adversity can make you stronger. I was just watching a fight today about a guy. One guy was 11-0 versus a guy who was 12-5. The guy's 11-0. He's got a perfect record. He's fighting a guy 12-5. Those 5 lost. The guy 12-5 crushed the 11-0 kid. He crushed him. Young gun coming in 11-0. Let's see what he's got. He was a really, really good fighter. However, the guy with a 12-5 record, those 5 losses, they probably hurt. He went back to the drawing board, came back better than ever. And you could see there were leagues above. Even though the guy had a perfect record, he wasn't a perfect fighter. The guy with 5 losses on his record was head and shoulders above. That tells me that those negative experiences, he turned the negative into a positive. Guys, that's a principle for life, guys. Take whatever is negative, whatever you deem negative, and turn it into a positive. Don't just tough it out. Don't just bite the bullet. Don't just keep it a thorn in your side. Don't just live with it. Find a way to turn a negative into a positive. I don't care what it is. I don't care what your negative is. Get creative. Think of not only how you can live with it. No, that's not good enough. Turn it into a positive. Turn it to your advantage. There is a way. If you believe there's a way, I'm not telling you you're going to magically find it, but if you believe there's a way, you'll at least think about it. You'll at least think about it. If you don't believe in it, if you're like, oh no, I'm stuck in this situation, this is the situation people find themselves in, and this is what happens to them, it's a closed book, there's no exceptions. You're close. You won't even think about it. Your brain, your subconscious brain won't even tinker around with a possible solution. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a negative situation, and that negative situation turned out to be a phenomenal situation for me. I can make a great case about it right now, but I won't talk about it because I don't want to get flagged. But I still have pending court cases. You guys, if you've been a long time if you've been watching this channel a long time, I have pending court cases that I've talked about in the past, but I can't talk about them anymore because YouTube will shut me down. But I have pending court cases. Let me tell you something. That was one way to turn something, and you guys had a lot to do with it. I'll never forget it. You guys, you crazy kids on the internet with your button pushing skills, the little things you guys do with these buttons. It's incredible what you guys can do. You guys really turned the tide for me. You turned something I thought was super negative into something super positive. I would have never imagined it would play out that way. However, I know I wasn't going down without a fight. I was ready to do what it takes. I tried firing out each way. I didn't know that appealing to you guys was going to create. I had no idea that appealing to you guys, you crazy kids on the internet, would change everything in in a second, like just in like a 12-hour period. You guys changed everything. I won't talk about it now because I still have pending court cases, and I'll talk about it in the future. I'll give you guys a much more formal thank you, which I did after, but I'll do it again once my cases are no more, once I have no more pending court cases. And I will definitely give you guys a heads up when that's done.